this is our first podcast, second actually, but this is the first
First official Elite Four
podcast. We are the Elite Four minus one today. Diego is not here. Okay. Anyways, first I guess we gotta introduce ourselves. We are the Elite Four. We have Joel, Mr. Joel.
right here.
There you go. Mr. Tony the Antoine.
Oh, hey.
Spacing out there, man. And of course, me, Nightwing.
Of course. Get a cool name.
Yes. You can have a cool name. I mean, hey. Why not?
It's early now.
It's the internet.
It's too late. They know my real name.
Alright, so basically our podcast is just us
Ranting about whatever we want.
Yeah.
And tonight,
It's
it's about How I Met Your Mother season finale.
series finale.
series finale.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Lord.
Doesn't matter. It's the end of season 9.
Yeah, it is
It
season.
was terrible.
Yeah, just an example. That's what we're going to talk about. But mostly, we'll talk about video games, TV shows. We'll end you every day with a Jennifer Lawrence quote of the day. It's going to be our thing.
That's on the agenda.
It's on the agenda. So for today, we're going to talk about, first off, I guess we're going to start off with
How I Met Your Mother.
How I Met Your Mother. How I Met Your Mother ended this week. How do we feel about that?
I don't think we should go around. Yeah, there's more to just the finale.
More the finale.
It's
Okay, well, let's
there's
go.
been 9 seasons. I think it deserves more than just a discussion about the last episode.
Yeah, that's true. But right off the bat, let's just start off with our own opinions.
Our thoughts.
Our thoughts. What were your thoughts, Joel, on the finale? Just like a brief,
Brief thoughts.
What did you think?
I thought it was justified.
Justified?
I did always like the Ted and Robin thing. I did love the mother, but
So you agreed with the whole Ted and Robin at the end.
I agreed with Ted and Robin.
Tony?
I thought the last season was unjustified to the whole show. And the season finale, while I don't mind the ending, I just thought it was a horrible idea.
Right. Well, for me, I didn't mind the whole season being about the wedding. It pissed me off that they divorced the very next episode. That's what I was like. No,
That angered me just because
I was like, why? It's a season wasted.
Yeah,
To me, it was a season wasted. And then although seeing the mother die was sad, but I didn't like the whole Ted ended with Robin. Honestly, I didn't like that at all. I was just like, just left them alone, single.
I didn't mind it just because it was always there to begin with. The writers always kept on going back to it. You
Exactly.
always saw it every single season.
Yeah, there was at least always.
So you kind of knew it was coming.
Exactly.
Yeah, you kind of saw it, but part of me was hoping, I hope
You
it
were
doesn't
pressing
happen.
it.
I was like, I don't want to see. When I first saw the very first season, now we're gonna go all the way back. I was like, oh, cool. I was like, is she the mother? I was like, maybe.
It's like right off the bat, they say that she's not the mother.
Yeah.
And that's How I Met Your
And then
Aunt Robin.
Part of me was like there has to be a twist. She's gonna end up being the mother somehow. Part of me was like, she should be the mother. But that's before we even actually met the mother,
Yeah.
Tracy.
I think people are just mad just because they always try to make it work, but it never really worked out.
That's my thing. Yeah, from what I saw throughout the seasons, like Ted was always like trying to work to make the relationship work, and Robin really wasn't putting much effort into it. So that's why at the end I was like, she didn't put much effort into your relationship. You did, and I don't feel like you deserve someone like that. The mother, what I liked about when he met Tracy was that, like, almost everything about them they had in common. They got along great, and then she was funny. Like her scenes and like when she came on in season 9, I was like just laughing because everything was funny about it.
Like even like in the series finale, when like all the flashbacks we saw her, like all her banter was pretty funny with Barney, with Lily, with all of them. It's like, what was it? And they were in the robot.
They each had their episode with her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, in the last episode,
So, yeah,
they were in the robot thing, and she was making fun of Barney, right?
It's like, so where you registered?
Yeah. I was like, wow. He was kind of like Lily was at the beginning. She is kind of like Lily, and I always figured, they should have someone that's kind of like Lily.
Mm.
It made sense.
thing is, like, Lily is my least favorite character of the five.
Okay. Well, let's talk about least favorite characters.
Okay.
Let's move on to that. Who was your least favorite character of?
Out of the group, the main group is. I feel like Lily's the least. I don't know. I think she was kind of like a bitch, but she had her moments. She had a lot of moments. But the thing is, out of all five, she was like the biggest bitch. Sorry, I'm gonna say it.
Mine was Robin.
Robin, I agree.
Actually, Robin, just because.
Well, you know,
I think not that she was a bad character. I just thought there was other stronger characters on the show, like Barney.
Right.
Barney.
That's
Jason
why.
Segel, Marshall.
See, that's exactly how I see it. The three guys they're the better part of the group. Then Robin and then Lily, they're so.
Well, see, here's the thing. I enjoy Lily. Lily was funny, and I didn't mind Robin. You know, I think maybe it was up to like season 5 or 6. I was like, you know, they're all funny. I was like, I can't seem to hate any single character. But then slowly, I started to get annoying. I'm like, no.
And the same. Well,
it's mostly because every time she would like try to make a relationship work, she would always be like, no, I should be with Ted. And when Ted would try to give it a chance, she's like, you know what, this is not gonna work. And they would just split up again. I'm like, this is just. They're just trying to mess with you, and I don't like that. I'm like, no.
Lily always made me laugh when she made the like lesbian innuendos.
Yes.
Robin.
The way they did that though in the last season, I thought it was hilarious because the entire time Lily wants to have that lesbian moment, and when she finally does, she's kind of like, whatever, I'm over it. And Robin, who turned down those like opportunities throughout the entire show, the one time she has, she's like, oh, okay, you know, maybe you should do that again. And Lily's like, nah, I'm cool. Yeah, I'm done. That I found that I like how they did that. But yeah, no, my least favorite character turned out to be Robin, just because she was kind of a bitch.
I think for both of them, they just I didn't like either of their arcs. They're like Robin, she would always be the more serious of all the five, but Lily is like she kind of like was always like just in the back, kind of.
I mean, she had her moments.
She had her moments.
She had her arcs. Like, when she left.
She left.
Yeah.
That's when I started like, oh, she's a bitch.
I thought that I was like, you know, but then she came back and it kind of was like, it felt like it never happened, which was like, you know, it's great. And it kind of made
them. But it did happen.
It did, yeah, it did. And but yeah.
And then like when they were trying to have a kid, she was kind of boring.
That actually got a little annoying with the whole trying to have a kid thing.
Yeah, and then like as they became parents, her and Marshall, they got boring.
They kind of they got a little boring, and
that's like 2 seasons.
They were more
last season. They were pretty boring.
That's love, bitch.
Love bitch. That'll always be funny.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay,
that's always
all right. I think we should talk about our favorite characters, and I'm gonna start off right off the bat. I'm gonna go with Tracy.
Tracy.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
We only had her for 1 season, but they made us fall in love with her
so much.
She got along with every single character.
She got along with every character. Exactly. She had something to do with every character.
She offered something different. She clicked with Ted right away.
Right away.
Exactly.
You felt that right
with
there.
Everybody right away.
Yeah, really that's the thing. That's what I like. You know, because if you've seen Ted's previous relationship, there was always someone in the group that didn't like her or they didn't get along with.
Exactly.
You know, other than Robin when she first came into the group and got along with everybody.
Yeah.
You know, Tracy just came in out of nowhere, and Tracy met everyone first, then Ted, and that was just perfect. It's like she got the approval of the group before Ted actually approved of her, and I just thought that was the greatest thing. Because it used to be Barney was like my favorite character. I mean, there was no time when suit up and new plan from the playbook, and I was like, wow, this guy's hilarious. There's nothing about Barney that I don't find, not funny. But then Tracy came along, and I was like, she just stole the spot.
I think that's what bums me out about season 9. It was set during the wedding, and we only got a couple episodes with the mother. But to me, those episodes were the strongest.
Especially like how I
should have been on it more,
yeah.
and the season should have been more about Ted and her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And not the wedding, just because there was so much filler. And come on, writers, this is season 9.
It was,
go out with the bang.
Exactly.
Right?
No, the series finale was just flashbacks and flash forwards. They could have easily spread that out through.
The last episode could have been the whole season.
The whole season.
I would have been like 100% okay with that because it was just basically filler.
Yeah.
Rhyming episodes. Come on, people.
That was just pointless.
I wouldn't have minded the rhyming episode, but this is season 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want filler.
That's like season 3 stuff,
Season 3 stuff, right. Early in the beginning when you're like, okay, this show's
you
going
could experiment with stuff.
You can experiment with stuff,
but
exactly.
This is the last season.
This is where
they shoving.
They
this
should have
in their
tied up
faces.
all the loose ends. They should have, expanded on the mother. This should have been the mother's entire season, not the wedding that you're gonna divorce one episode later after it happens. Not even in.
See, I also would have been happy with like a whole season of How I Met Your Father, because her side of the story.
Yes.
that one episode was not
That
enough.
episode was too powerful.
Rachel Bilson, I'm just saying.
Listen.
Exactly.
That's all needs to be said.
And that would have been interesting for a twist towards season 9. It's like, oh, How I Met Your Mother. It's gonna become How I Met Your Father.
That
And
would
it
have been
focuses
perfect.
all on the mother because her episodes and the fact that she found a guy who she was in love with and he dies is that was sad.
It was.
And then to find out later on that she dies, it's like
It's horrible. How do you? It's like they.
I don't think they really tell us what she dies of too.
no, they don't. They,
They
just
say
say she
that
gets
she's
sick.
sick.
Yeah, she gets sick and she dies. I'm just like, why would you kill the greatest new character that you introduced to us and just kill her off? Like, this is why I'm disappointed. And I noticed all the rage online. It's like,
But the good thing is that they're gonna release a complete series, in I think August or September. But it's gonna have an alternate ending.
I think.
Oh, great.
Yeah, that's what everybody's
Yeah.
like. I'm hoping for something completely
Yeah.
different. I love the series finale, but I still think
I didn't.
it could end a different way.
Yeah.
It should have ended a different way. To me, at least. You know what?
I
The
would-
Robin thing was like everyone wanted the Robin thing, but no, it's just like
No, a lot of people did not want the Robin thing.
I did not want the Robin thing.
But I sent you the video, that one, like the
The altered one.
the altered one, which actually that seems like a way better.
Wait, what altered one? I didn't see that.
There's an altered video on YouTube. That
Yeah.
someone edited and cut.
They said, "Oh, this is how it should have ended," and it ends right after they meet, like after their little conversation under the umbrella.
And that's it.
That's it, and it's just How I Met Your Mother. Basically the same thing without the last Robin bit.
That would have been decent. That would have been great because I mean the story is how he met her.
Yeah.
Granted we got the stories in between, of them together, how he wanted to get married with her right at the castle or something.
Yeah.
But she's like, I want to fit into my dress. It's nice that we got those flash forwards after he actually met her. That would have been nice. And then just to finally end it with that one moment and how they met would have been perfect.
Honestly, I think the strongest part of the last episode was Barney and his little story arc. Because
Right.
I was disappointed because they get divorced and
Mm-hmm.
all this character growth Barney got
Which
during
is
season 8 it
gone.
was just wiped.
It was just
Wiped
wiped, right?
clean.
He was going off to
And now he
hit
has
on
this
girls.
perfect month with number 31, who there's a crazy fan theory about it. We'll get to that later. But he has a baby with her and that's his love of his life right
Yeah,
there.
because he said he would never look at a girl and say, "You are the love of my life."
Yeah.
And I mean, granted, it's probably true. He's never gonna settle down. It's just not who he is. But he is gonna love someone, and that someone.
Be his
It
own
was,
child.
it was
Be
a
his own
different
child.
kind of love.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of love. Maybe Barney doesn't want a relationship love, but
I thought that was a good ending for Barney though.
it was. I actually,
Yeah.
for Barney's side, I was like, yeah, you ended it good.
Because Marshall and Lily was predictable.
Yeah, you knew they were just gonna settle
He was
down,
gonna
have
become a
kids,
judge.
he'd become a judge. Yeah, but
Fudge Supreme.
Fudge
Fudge
Supreme.
Supreme.
That was funny. Yeah, and I'm just saying here, like the way that I saw it, like the divorce ended, they split up. It seemed like it was Robin's fault
Yeah.
because she was so into her work that she neglected the relationship. You saw how much Barney was like. He sacrificed. I mean, he gave up the playbook. He gave
Yeah.
up hitting on the girls, all this for Robin, and I mean, he made the biggest sacrifice for a girl, and then in the end, she's the one that threw it away for burying herself in her work. You saw when they were first arguing. He's like, where are you gonna go now? I'm just gonna sit here and just, wait for you like always. He was willing to make it work. It's Robin who broke it, and that's why I think Robin she should just end up alone. Honestly, I hope that she had ended up alone because the way she ruined her marriage with Barney was just the worst.
But it takes two, though, as well.
Well, I guess. But I mean, the way I saw it, I kind of felt like Barney was trying to, he was willing to commit. It's just she wasn't.
But like those scenes with them, like when they were like they actually meet up with the gang, those were kind of awkward because you knew. I felt something was off, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he's like,
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
It's good.
It's good. Let's give it time.
It's like one more and I'll believe you. It's good.
It's good. It's like, I was like, oh no,
Oh no, something's going on.
something's off.
You know what kind of sucked is that Ted Ted and Tracy never got married. They took like 5 years.
I think
6 years to get
I
married.
think that's really like it's.
No, they did get married.
They get
Yeah,
eventually.
5-6
Yeah.
years later.
After a kid.
After 2 kids.
Exactly.
7 years later and 2 kids. He says
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
It's like 7 years and 2 kids. Like, you think I'm rushing into this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like because he's always wanted to get married like fast,
Yeah.
and then he took his sweet time with her. Which
But it makes I liked it. You know, he finally like took his time. You know, things happened. He had kids or whatnot, but you know, it worked out in the end. Granted, she was gone, and that was one of the saddest things. And it hit me. You know, that one episode when Robin's mom shows up. To
yeah,
her
it's
wedding,
like,
right?
who's not gonna.
It's like, what kind of mother doesn't show up to her own daughter's wedding, and then you just see the mother get like this sad expression.
And then you see Ted. He's like, he's gonna like start crying.
And then I was like, wait, what's going on? Something's gonna happen.
See, I didn't get that right
and
away.
that's when the internet was like, the theory was like, she's gonna die, and part of me was hoping like,
Yeah.
no, don't kill her.
They had tied the pieces together with that one.
I was like, oh no, it better just be some crazy theory.
Some crazy theory, but it happened to.
Because
Come
she was
true.
just like too perfect.
She was.
It was like
She wasn't the
Doesn't
mother we
have to be
needed.
attached.
She wasn't the mother we needed. It was the mother we deserved.
exactly after 9 seasons.
After 9
That's
seasons.
what you want.
That's what you want. That's the dream.
That's a dream. What now? Oh, I think we should like talk favorite episodes.
Favorite episodes. Oh man,
I always go back to the Cockamouse.
Cockamouse Mouse is funny.
See, I think one of my favorite episodes is like the Liberty Bell because that's when it's like Ted and Barney start their kind of like weird, crazy adventures. Barney's playbook.
Well, mine wasn't like an episode, but as much as I like the whole doppelganger thing
Oh,
going
yeah,
on,
yeah.
that was I found that hilarious.
Oh no, what was it? What else? The slap bet.
Slap bed,
There's not
continuous gags like
Yeah.
slap bed, doppelgangers.
There was not one slap that wasn't funny. Well, like the last one was okay because it was just out of nowhere.
It was random though. It was the last one, and it was like whoa.
But they were all pretty. I think the best one though was when was it the Robin her math show and Barney?
The
Barney
math show.
thinks it's a porno.
It's a porn.
It's a porno. It's like
It's a kid's math show, and then you see the guy on the screen. He's like, his hands are all back. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna work my stick, work it harder,
With
girls."
your
I was like, wow,
beavers.
the beavers,
the Beaver song.
the beaver song, man.
One beaver, no, two beavers.
We're going to the mall.
Oh yeah.
And she had like her dark phase, apparently. When she,
Grunge phase?
Grunge
Oh,
phase,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, and she was stalking the guy, or like, is this like DS or something like? No, I forgot. It was like 2 initials, and then Barney went crazy trying to find out who it was.
Oh yeah.
It was like David Schaefer or something like that.
I really enjoyed the episode where Marshall went to the restroom on certain floors.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because he would take his
He was,
magazine.
yeah, he was being judged.
Yeah, from what he read. And so he ended up going to Ted and Robin's apartment, right? And he walked in on him like several times. That was just. He's like, you guys gotta stop having sex. One of the funny things I liked too was I guess when Robin, Barney was getting jealous that Ted and Robin were having sex, so he would break TVs, he started trying to fix every problem they had. So he's like, oh, we ran out of milk last time, so we started to argue, and then we just ended up having sex. So he fills the entire fridge with milk just so that they won't argue, just trying to prevent them from having sex. That was just the smoking episode. Just have it around me. I like the smoking episode when Lily's voice changes.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was so funny because she's like calls him Dollface. She's like, I don't normally call you Dollface, but it works in this voice, Dollface. And Robin's like, they tell Robin she has to quit smoking. She's like, I'll let you sleep with Marshall. She's like, I don't want to sleep with Marshall. He's like, right, I've seen the looks.
I really love Barney's bachelor party.
Oh yeah,
And the clown at the end.
Billy Zapka.
Twist.
Billy Zapka, yeah. And everyone's comparing him to Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
He's like, you guys are really alike. I'm nothing like Ralph Macchio. It's funny how they made Ralph Macchio seem like such a douche too.
The stripper shows up.
Oh yeah.
Quinn.
Yeah.
See, that relationship was kind of forced. I felt when he was with Quinn.
Yeah, well, most of
I
my
liked it.
relationships actually.
I enjoyed it, but it was it felt really forced. Those what was it? I think season 7. That whole every one of the relationships felt really forced. Cause I think that's when Robin was with. I forgot who she was. She was.
I love you on the first date.
Was it Robin was with that one guy.
The reporter?
No, the therapist.
Oh yeah,
That one felt really forced to me.
Yeah, I was like,
there's nothing there, and then she ends up cheating on him with Barney, and that whole.
Yeah, and then that's where Robin started to piss me off actually, because Robin and Barney were like, we have to break our relationships because we want to be together, and Barney did it. He committed. He broke up with the girl. He's like, you know what? I really like you, but I don't want to hurt your feelings. I cheated on you with Robin. He was honest about it, and he broke it off before it got too serious. And because that was the plan, Robin was gonna do the same, but she didn't go through. And that's when I was like, really? This is what you're gonna do? I mean, I'd expect that from Barney.
Exactly.
But not, I didn't expect Barney to actually go through with it. And then you just kind of see the look on his face when, she shows up at the bar, because he's hoping, we're finally gonna have a chance to be together. And she's like, she gives him like the no, I didn't break up with him. It's like, that's, at that point, like, Robin started to, like, really just annoy me. And I'm just like,
Be Robin.
Yeah.
Anti-Robin people.
I always saw her as a buzzkill.
No, she was pretty awesome. Like
there was moments when she was funny, yeah, but
I think I just like her attitude, kind of like her style. She was kind of like in the beginning. I didn't expect it. Like later, it would come true when she like first started hanging out with Barney. Like they went play laser tag. She liked it. They were smoking cigars.
Yeah.
Like like I feel like this is kind of weird because she's with Ted. Like, but they're like okay, they're okay together.
Yeah.
Then later on, it happens, and you're like, oh, I don't want this. I still wanted Ted and Robin. Sorry.
I just thought it was weird that they both, were doing it with Robin. It's like,
is it back and forth? That's the weirdest.
That's the weird part. I was like, how are you guys still
buddies.
Eskimo brothers? Yeah. I was like, how are you guys still? I don't know. That would have been awkward. Like, let's put it in a situation. If we all like,
no.
had a friend, I don't think that would ever happen. It's like, no, you were with our friend. That's just weird. That's just no.
Very weird.
Very, very weird. Yeah.
So final say on How I Met Your Mother.
Final what?
Final say.
Final say. Good show. Good. How many years was it? 9 years.
9 years.
Good 9 years of my life.
Back 9 years ago, we were in what 8th grade.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I was like doing the math earlier today. I was like, 2005. We were barely going through puberty, and then like now we're like able to go to bars now.
Right?
We're 21, 22, and like 9 years. That's a long time to be on TV.
It is. I mean,
see, like I remember watching. I remember the first episode I watched was the Slutty Pumpkin. So that's first season right there in October, like probably like 2-3 weeks before.
I can't remember which one was the first episode I saw, but all I know is that I just started watching the show.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I left it for a while, and then I returned to it. But like when I came back, I was like, I got Netflix, binge watched 7 seasons.
Yeah, because see, I never actually like sat and watched it like weekly. I saw an episode here and there, and I was like, oh, it's a pretty funny show, But it was easy to follow along.
Yeah.
And then when Netflix came along,
7 seasons.
7 seasons straight.
You guys are lucky. You did what I did in 9 years, and like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for you,
I had to wait every single week.
And you kind of grew with the show, right?
Yeah.
You were there.
See, I stopped at season 4, and then after that, I kind of like got away from network TV, and I didn't have DVR or anything, so I couldn't like record it or something. And like internet, I didn't really watch TV on the internet, and
it wasn't really that common.
It wasn't. Yeah. I was like Hulu.
A lot of people still have dial-up.
See, I would watch shows on Hulu.
Yeah.
And I don't think CBS didn't have anything to do with Hulu, so I never got to watch that.
And Hulu was free.
Hulu was free. That's how I got into Community. That's how I got in Parks and Recreation, The Office, and NBC like had all their shows on there. FX had all their shows. Fox had their shows on there, but CBS didn't have it. So I did
mine the old school way. I YouTubed it.
Oh yeah.
I was like certain show, season 1, episode part 1. They'd be cut up into like 3 parts, and I'd be watching that.
Exactly. So I phased out of this from like season 4 to season like 7. That's when I came back in. I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah. I just remember seeing it for the first time, and I remember seeing Neil Patrick Harris. I was like, "Oh, it seems like a show."
I just remember MPH from
White Castle.
White Castle.
Yeah, I was like, this guy. And then who else? Allison Hannigan from American Pie.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, from American Pie. I was like, so that's what got me into
Jason Segel.
Well, I never actually seen anything.
Yeah.
I don't think I knew him back then. Or Ted and Robin.
It was just basically Neil Patrick.
Neil Patrick is an Allison Hannigan that kind of sold me on the show. But then I started watching. I was like, okay, yeah, it's good. They're hilarious,
Very hilarious.
It's different.
It's very different compared to other sitcoms where like
Yeah.
no other sitcom used to do that. The whole flash forward or flashback.
Yeah, flashback.
Yeah.
Flash
I think
forward.
that's like some of the best
I was
parts.
reading an article somewhere. I think it was BuzzFeed, and they were talking about like things that How I Met Your Mother like did. You know, they worked for them. And they did the whole flash forward, flashback, which I thought was hilarious.
It had its own voice, man. They could do whatever they want. They would make it work.
It's like speaking of voices, Bob Saget.
Bob Saget?
Saget.
Oh my god!
I didn't know it was Bob Saget like 6 seasons in.
Really?
Yeah.
I right away when I heard his voice, I'm like Danny Tanner, Full House.
Like,
Bob
I
Saget.
remember,
Well,
like,
I'm a person, I don't really care about the credits and stuff.
Right.
yeah, no, I just remember
So-
reading it somewhere and it was like, oh yeah, it clicked right away. I'm like,
I
oh,
think Joe told me.
I know, and then you're like, I just saw your face like in amazement. You're like,
Bob Saget?
Bob
I've
Saget.
been watching the show the whole time and it's Bob Saget.
You know, here's the thing. Since watching How I Met Your Mother and hearing Bob Saget narrate every beginning and you know every show, every time I see Full House on TV, I just think How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
I was watching Bob Saget stand up the other day, and the first thing I thought was How I Met Your Mother. I'm like, he's like the older Ted.
Did they use his voice at the end?
Bob Saget? No. I think last season they just stopped
Okay,
using
because I was wondering, like, is it Bob Saget?
it. You didn't even notice the change?
I didn't notice the change because they kind of sounded similar. It just
Kinda.
sounded like an older Ted.
Yeah. I guess I was reading before the season started, you know, they were trying to do, I guess, Ted trying to do his older
like
voice.
narrate his own
Narrate
voice.
his own, yeah.
I kind of wanted Bob Saget in one of the episodes.
I wish they used
That would have been a hilarious cameo.
Right?
Yeah.
I wish they would have used like Bob Saget as the future Ted, but that was like a long shot.
Yeah.
Like they do kind of look alike, kind of, just a thinner face, I guess. Difference.
I just want, like, I mean, the ending of The Kids, that was filmed at the very beginning.
Well,
Right? Since
yeah,
the beginning
no,
it was filmed.
it was like filmed at the beginning of the second season, so it was like right. They knew.
They knew how it
since
was going to end.
2006.
They knew how the show was going to end. They didn't know how long it was going to last, but they knew how it was going to end.
Exactly.
So I imagine when they first started doing it, when they were first, I mean, they first knew this is how the show's going to end. We don't know how long it's going to take, but it's going to end this way. Imagine when it got, you know, towards the beginning of season 9 when everyone was like, oh, it's finally going to end. In their heads, they were probably thinking, yeah, I know how it's going to end.
Right? It was like
Yeah.
every week they're probably watching. They're like, oh, I know how this is gonna.
It's like,
end.
I know where this is going. I know where this is going.
They could have held that against people for these years, and
But I feel like they were, you know, under contract or something.
yeah, they
That's
had
it.
to be under contract.
They had to
Oh,
be.
yeah.
Secrecy, man.
Secrecy, but still, I
I mean,
mean,
you can't pull this secret.
I would have been going crazy about that. Like, keep something like that. You know, they're like,
9 Year Secret?
it's like,
Heck yeah.
well, I mean, they didn't know it was gonna be for 9 years, but then again, you know, they were like under contract. You're not allowed to tell anyone about this ending, details about this or anything, for as long as the show remains on air. You know, until it's finally aired, then
They went on to go do other things, and they just have this in the back of their head.
in the back of their head,
I know what's gonna happen in How I Met Your Mother.
And
You
they-
don't.
they go audition for a role. It's like, do you have any qualifications? Yeah, I know how I Met Your Mother's gonna end. How about that?
It's like, oh, you're hired.
You're hired.
Spill the beans.
Spill the beans.
Exactly.
Good show though. Good show.
Really great show.
What's next on our agenda today?
Like we're gonna switch completely from TV back to video games this
Back
week.
to video games.
This was a boozy.
Well, this is Elite Four.
It's
Just
like-
so you know, this is what we do. This is who we are.
It's like Mario Kart 8.
Mario Kart 8.
Thursday they dumped a bunch of stuff on us. And
I know. I saw some of that. I was.
Lay down the info, Joe.
That's it. I don't know where to begin because
Rainbow Road.
Rainbow
We're
Road
bringing it back.
64. I think the only thing that is like if it's how it was in the videos that I saw.
1080.
1080.
60 frames per second.
What's gonna bug me if they do stick to 3 parts. That's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Instead of 3 laps.
Yeah, well, because I was watching the video and I noticed.
Like
It's-
every other course, they had the 3 laps.
Yeah.
But this one, it just said parts, and it's like, no.
Yeah. I
hate-
hope they don't have the
hate
parts.
That's the only thing that ruined Mario Kart 7.
See, because yeah, in Mario Kart 7, one of the best tracks for me was
'Cause
Rainbow Road.
If
It's
you're gonna do
always
Mario, if you're gonna do karting or any type of racing, you have to have laps. Laps.
It's like best course in Mario Kart 7 for me was Rainbow Road. The thing is, it was.
I
just
always
3
hate
parts.
Rainbow Roads because I'm playing the game and you know as you start out from like the Mario circuits or the Luigi raceways, you're like, oh, this is easy, and you gradually go and you're playing. You're like, I got this. You know, I feel good at this game. But then you get to Rainbow Road and it just completely murders
Really?
you.
I
Really?
To me, it does.
No,
I
Rainbow
feel-
Road was pretty easy to me.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
I
no.
love Rainbow Road.
Mario Kart 64 Rainbow Road was not hard because you had the rails.
It's gone. I love that.
Yeah, but I mean, the first one I played was the Mario Kart 64, and then I played Super Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo, and that one had no rails. And so I was like, whoa, I mean, the controls were different and everything, and it just confused me. And then Double Dash, I hardly remember that.
Double Dash, I think that Rainbow Road was pretty hard just because a lot of it, like, it's just the
There's a lot of drifting, wasn't it?
That was
not
GameCube
drifting.
one, right?
It was just the drifting was kind of off, I guess.
Yeah.
I felt like it was off compared to every other game.
It was weird.
I guess maybe just the two people in the car.
Probably, I don't know. It kind of.
But like, there was a lot of swerves in that one, and it just felt weird. So you would fall off more in that one. I felt like that was the hardest Rainbow Road for me because every other Rainbow Road I breezed through.
Yeah.
And like, but that is the one thing that frustrated me about this video that I saw, the Rainbow Road 64, like brand new, 3 parts. I wish it stayed 3 laps.
3 laps, yeah.
This like taking off the railings on this is just pure drifting.
Pure drifting. It makes it a little more challenging.
Exactly.
Because Rainbow Road for the 64 wasn't challenging. It was like a really long track.
It was just survival of the.
Unless
It
you need
is.
the shortcut.
Unless you,
Shortcut.
the deadly shortcut that you guys apparently were able to do.
I remember I first went for it. I was like, I'm gonna go for it.
And you actually landed,
I
right?
landed,
Yeah, the shortcut basically on Rainbow Road is right off at the beginning when you take off, and you know how you go downhill. Some of the cars glide.
You jump to your left.
Yeah, if you jump to your
Brake.
left, you kind of glide, and if you over jump, you fall off. But if you do it
like
just
for
right,
half an hour.
yeah, you're literally just like floating in space for to like half of the race. But if you do it correctly, you land almost half of the track.
It's like you're free
Done.
to do whatever
You're
you
free
want.
to do one because you pretty much have the race. You know, because catching up in Rainbow Road and Mario Kart 64 was not something you could do. You know, the items were just like funky in that point. Any red shell would just hit any turn, just gone.
Any turn would just
Blue shell though was
Blue shell was still spot on.
It's more-
Actually, no. Every now and then it will like just hit a 1 and
but I
you
mean,
waste it.
Yeah, for the majority of the time, blue shell is. Can we talk about blue shell for a second? Because
I think we have to go like real quick.
all right, real quick, what is it?
Toad's Turnpike.
Toad's Turnpike
Oh, yeah.
returns. Yes, but it has like anti-gravity.
It does have but
We're
the
hovering
thing,
now.
yeah, I think that might add a twist to it. But
Might add a
it was
twist.
always one of my tracks that
I did not like it either.
I absolutely just hated it.
And especially when we've done the whole multiplayer thing, and you just hear explosions just out of like continuous explosions.
Cries, and then you hear
Cry.
Toad in the far distance up in front. You're like, oh no,
I
Toad!
was like, damn Toad, especially because Toad is Tony. Tony always uses Toad.
Just because it pisses everyone
Yes,
off.
usually
Yeah.
because it pisses everyone off, and it just gives us more of a reason to
that
hate
little
Toad.
squeaky scream.
Oh my god, that is just.
Also, I think was it Yoshi Valley is coming back. I just read that like earlier today.
Is he? Wow.
Yeah, I'm wondering how they're gonna do it. If they're just gonna do it straightforward, or are they gonna try to put like the anti-gravity or jumps?
Yeah.
They're definitely gonna add some
You can
changes.
go on
to
the
it.
walls now, right? Too.
I feel like that might be something.
Well, not on every track though.
Oh, no, not on
no,
the track.
it's just like I guess there's a blue streak.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It-
kind of like the gliders, you know. In Mario Kart
Exactly,
7, you
yeah.
can't glide all the time. It's certain ramps.
There's
that let
certain
you
ramps
glide.
that are-
then it would be like.
I'm just wondering how they're gonna do Yoshi's Valley because it was just like different paths, so they might add.
They might add the gliding because the gliding is in Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, they
The
might add
gliders
gliding. They might
They
add.
might add more paths.
Might add more
Maybe
paths.
to make
Maybe.
it more crazier.
That's true. Or like they'll just use the existing paths and put anti-gravity somehow.
Anti-gravity.
I know there's a little cave in there.
I know
somewhere.
for sure they're gonna add gliders though, because I mean, you see how easy it is to fall off those tracks. You can find a certain path where you can just glide your entire way. To
actually
the
would
finish
be pretty cool if they like they gave you a glider, you fall off, and you could find the cave that just
Exactly.
takes you back into the race instead of falling off.
line. Yeah, it's just a bunch of tunnels and pathways.
Choco Mountain.
Choco Mountain.
Did
Is it
they?
coming back?
Oh no, I think they already brought that one back in the DS.
This should bring Wario.
Wario Stadium.
Mario Stadium would have been amazing for this.
It hasn't
Yeah.
come back, has it?
How has it not come back? It's
That jump
that jump.
is a perfect
They don't-
for the lightning bolt.
They don't have to change that jump at all.
No.
And people would not be mad.
Exactly.
It would just be that's the best part of that whole.
Because you can be the asshole who waits at the end to grab the lightning bolt and wait for everyone in the lead to get off at that very top of the jump. And as soon as they see them jump off, hit the lightning bolt, and that just ruins their entire race.
That is like
I think it's worse than the blue shell on that.
that
track.
is absolutely worse than the blue shell.
Yeah.
You could go through a whole lap.
I would
perfect.
rather get blue shield in Wario Stadium than get struck by the lightning bolt.
Like you could be king, like the drift king on that stadium, go through it all, but then one person could ruin your game.
One
with
person could ruin it all.
lightning bolt.
Unless you have the ghost.
Unless you have the
Unless
ghost.
that you goes, because you can pretty much just hold on to that item and just in first place, because no one's gonna be able to take it away in first place. Unless they have to bring the ghost back. They haven't used it, have they?
No,
They
took
have
it
not.
away.
They haven't shown it.
They haven't announced any new items, have they?
They actually did. They announced the boomerang from Super Mario 3D Land. I don't
Okay.
think you guys
No,
played
we
it.
didn't play it.
Yeah.
Basically, you get a boomerang. You could use it up to 3 times. It hits front. It comes right back to
Yeah.
you 3
Oh, okay.
times. It's kind of like a red shell, but it's like just directly in front of you or where you aim it to, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of like a green shell.
Yeah, except it comes back.
Except it comes back to you.
which is pretty cool. I think
Makes sense.
I'm gonna be using that.
I mean,
a lot.
it's just like the green shell, because
I feel-
the
I
green
feel
shell
like
you
they should bring back the ghost.
The
Get
ghost.
rid of
I
the
think-
ink or
the-
the squid.
Yeah.
The squid
Those
is
are
useless.
useless.
Nah, I like using the squid, especially like during Grand Prix when you're playing Grand Prix. It's very helpful
Well,
because it slows them down. So
the
you
thing
can
is, whenever someone would like use a squid, I would just drift, and then at the end of the drift, I would just boost, and it would go away.
Yeah, it's
That's-
easy to
it's
get
not
rid
that-
of
yeah.
get rid of the ink spatter.
But it just makes sense. It's just I think it was used for the DS where it's like it was made like for the top screen. And
Yeah.
it just
You're like,
sorts
oh,
it-
what's
you're like,
going on?
oh, what's going? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know. But I mean, the ghost item was such a great item because it gives you the chance to steal an item.
It grants protection.
Yeah, you can steal the lightning bolt in Wario Stadium.
You can steal the blue shell.
Exactly.
You can
Okay.
steal the blue shell.
No, well, I think they shouldn't take out weapons. They should. I think it would have been
Add
easy
more.
to add it because like we could look back at Mario Kart Double Dash. They added so many weapons.
Yeah.
But like each team had their weapon.
They had like their own special weapon.
I think that kind of angered me because you couldn't get like 3 shells unless you were Koopa or Paratroopa.
Yeah, which was the one the characters I used, but still, I mean, they got the giant turtle shell.
Yeah, Bowser had his giant turtle. That was pretty cool. I think I wouldn't mind if they brought personal items back because I think like Baby Mario and Baby Luigi, they had
The chain chomp?
which
Yeah,
was one of my favorite items. Also, Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong, they're giant banana.
Giant bananas.
That
yeah.
is
I want them to have Kirby. I don't know why.
I think we're at that point where they could cross over any characters.
like Super Smash, right? Any Nintendo character.
See, I don't know why I'm still thinking this that Sonic is gonna be in this because Sonic All Star Racing has been kind of it
that
got.
game was pretty cool. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
I played it. It was actually pretty good.
I played the demo at Walmart.
Yeah,
It was pretty
I sat there and because they don't have demos, they actually have the full game, and I was playing it for a while.
That's because they're ghetto like
Oh,
that.
Exactly.
Like a 5-year-old kid behind you.
Yeah, and
You
it
look
was
at it.
it was actually it was really
It
good.
was fun. Yeah.
It's like the closest thing you'll
I like
get
the
to Mario
tricks you
Kart.
can pull off. with
Yeah.
the- yeah.
And like I think Sonic could make an appearance. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I mean, you never know, Nintendo.
You never know, Nintendo. But I think that people would rather have Nintendo characters, if any any different
Non-Nintendo character?
any non Mario character is going to be in Mario Kart. It has to be from Nintendo. But I want to root for Sonic. I don't know why I want to see Sonic versus Mario.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Pokemon character in there.
They should bring back Diddy.
Diddy Kong.
I think he's already in there.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
How many characters are there going to be?
Honestly, they have announced so many characters.
They're so secret.
Well, so far, how many have been announced?
I
Because I
can't.
saw the demo.
I can't say
I
an
mean-
exact number, but I know that
It's a good chunk.
we got like basically most of the characters from
Because Waluigi came back.
Waluigi came
I
back.
know they have Metal Mario.
Metal Mario returns. I think Rosalina's back.
Yeah, it's on Rosalina.
The 7 Koopalings. I think that really got me excited because Super Mario Bros. 3 is my favorite video game. So all 7 of them,
All 7 of what?
the Koopalings, his like not his kids, whatever. I don't know. They're
Oh, okay. The ones in like the different ships. And
exactly.
Stuff. Oh, they're
back.
in the game.
They're in the game. This is
Wow.
their first appearance in like a Mario Kart game. I'm not sure if they're taking out Bowser Jr., which I do not care for. But I would be completely okay if Bowser Jr. is left out of this because I love the Koopalings. Was it Lemmy, Ludwig, Larry?
Yeah.
Iggy.
Iggy, I remember that one.
Was it Morden? I think.
I don't remember them.
And then like
Is Toad back?
Toad,
Oh, they brought Toadette back.
Toad and Toadette.
Toad and Toadette are
They're in.
back. Waluigi's back.
Waluigi's back.
Metal Mario.
Metal Mario.
One character I didn't like though, like from Mario Kart 7 was Wiggle.
Wiggler? I don't think he's in there. They haven't showed anything. Because I know they even showed Lakitu. He's in there.
Oh, okay.
Shy Guy's in there.
Sure, yeah.
Are they gonna have the meats?
I think they. I feel like they.
That's gonna be an option.
I can have my Ron Swanson meat.
Ron Swanson.
I love them meats. And
I gotta make my Vin Diesel meat.
The one.
This is bald. Monica. Dude, if Mario Kart or like the Wii could have like the headphone system, you know, as you're racing, you know, imagine someone passes you, just like Monica, Menage.
And I think like hopefully they take out the Queen Bee. I think that was a complete.
Queen Bee was
was
useless.
lame.
Of all the characters, I feel like that's the
Wiggler.
biggest waste of a character.
Are they gonna have the customizable cars?
I think yeah, they are.
Well, they brought the bikes back.
They brought the bikes back.
I don't really care for the bikes.
I actually like the bikes from Wii. I just didn't like Hell. It
Well,
was
since I didn't play the
Or
Wii
maybe
version
it's
that
just
much.
because it was the Wii controller.
yeah. Well, no. What I would
With
use,
the nunchuck.
I would use it either with the nunchucks or the GameCube controller or the Pro controller
Yeah, I think I'd do better with the Pro controller.
because it was simple. It felt like a DS.
Mm-hmm.
It's just use the joystick, or you could. I think you could use a D-pad, which was pretty. It made it feel better. Because I played the DS version before I played Wii, and the DS version I think is probably my favorite version because it had so much, and like the tracks were. I felt like those were the best tracks.
I never played the DS.
Did they say
version.
how they're gonna incorporate the gamepad?
I was watching a video. Yeah, it's like a controller basically, like the Wii.
It's gonna be the same thing.
Yeah, you can
use
use a tilt. You can use a tilt.
Yeah.
You could use that, or you could use like controls.
Like
regular.
the classic controls. And
No,
stuff.
but is it gonna have like
On the gamepad, I think
It just has like your character
I
symbol,
think-
so you can honk.
yeah, you could honk.
That's kinda
And then if you tap the screen, it switches between the motion and the actual
Yeah.
controls. Yeah, it's
It's
not
a-
nothing big
It's
about it.
nothing big.
That's what always kind of bugs me about Nintendo
Me-
and their games.
Yeah, well,
They don't
with
really
Mario,
take advantage of it.
with Mario
I feel
Kart,
like they could
you don't want to add such a big gimmick to it.
I think Mario
It's
Kart.
simple.
Mario Kart sells itself.
It sells itself.
I think
Just racing.
that
You-
was literally one of the only reasons I
Yeah.
bought my 3DS. That and
That's one of the reasons why I bought the 3DS.
it's like peer pressure.
peer pressure. One, Joel had it, right? It's like, okay, well, here's Mario Kart, and it was fun. And then Tony got a 3DS, and he's like, oh, I'm getting Mario Kart. And they're like, oh, we can totally race. I was like, man.
Like I'm left out.
I'm
We're
left out.
racing, right?
Yeah.
And then you guys were racing. Well, I raced him once in Spanish class.
Yeah.
But he had the advantage because that was the first time I ever played Mario Kart 7. But
just
right
remember.
away, I was like, wow, this game is.
I want them to
fun.
bring back Maple.
Maple.
Was it Maple Tree?
Oh, I think they've only done it so they only come back once so far.
I'm hoping Nintendo has DLC.
I think DLC
So we
would be
can-
They
amazing.
need
My
DLC,
track.
yes.
I think with like
So then we can have Calamari Desert
I honestly hope
to settle the
that
arguments.
would be amazing. Yeah.
Calamari Desert
Just
is the
throw
one
down.
go-to track where we always settle
the
our-
calamari.
the calamari. That's where we always settle. Like that's the tiebreaker. That's like you go all in. That's the game winner.
It's like
right
the
there.
simplest track. It's just a desert. That's it.
The Elite Four has so many team races on it,
Oh my
and
god.
me and Joe have the greatest victory on it.
Without a doubt.
You want to tell the
I mean,
story, Joe?
I can't remember, but I know it was the greatest. If only this
Tell
is a
me-
new feature on Mario Kart 8. I'm guessing Mario Kart TV.
Oh yes, where you can actually share moments like this.
Share-
For-
exactly.
For us, that's gonna be great because we have so many moments where what we call getting robbed. You know, when you're at the very at the finish line, you're just about to get there, and you're thinking, I have this, I won this race. Out of nowhere, someone either throws an item right behind you, or someone blue shells you, and then you just ruins the entire race for you. You can be first place the entire time, but that one blue shell just kills it.
And I think that's gonna be like one of the most used features on this. If like I'm pretty sure Miiverse. I'm not exactly sure how Miiverse works because I don't have a Wii U.
Not
But-
yet, not yet.
Not yet. Officially, this is like this official. I'm gonna get a Wii U no matter what for Mario Kart 8
See,
and Super Smash Bros.
I haven't bought a game console since the GameCube, so I was thinking, well, I don't need a Wii, you know, like Mario Kart Wii, whatever. But then I saw Mario Kart 8, I was like, because I played Mario Kart 7, and that's the reason why I bought the 3DS. I was like, wow, this is one of the best things I've ever done. So now I want to get a Wii U just for Mario Kart 8 because it's Mario Kart. We have so many great times with
Because
Mario
like,
Kart.
Mario Kart is one of those games that it only has to change it just changes very little, but you know you're gonna enjoy it.
Oh,
The
You-
formula is the same.
It's just a straight up party game.
It's,
is.
exactly. It's one of those games that
Anybody can come in and play.
So many games now are like only like one player now, or maybe
Or they're
1
like-
through 4 online.
exactly.
But nah, Mario Kart.
I think-
4 friends.
Four
straight up.
friends, right there with
They
you.
got it right at the N64. 4 players.
Exactly.
You
I
know?
think it's still one of the most enjoyable games.
It is.
You could. it's what 2014. It came out back in 1996. That's a good.
We were just about to start
18,
kindergarten.
18, exactly.
You're about to start kindergarten.
We are now 21, 22. And
We're still playing Mario Kart.
Mario Kart 64. It's just that
Mario Kart
amazing.
64 started it for me.
Exactly. That was the first Mario Kart game
Yeah.
I started.
Yeah,
and
me too.
I played Super Mario Kart.
Yeah.
And then
I remember playing the Game Boy Advance one too.
I remember my brother got the GameCube because he wanted to play Mario Kart Double Dash.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love Mario Kart Double Dash, but it's still one of the weaker ones.
It's because it's very different, you know.
I gotta be honest, I didn't really care for it.
It's one of those awkward Mario Kart games.
Probably because I was using the GameCube controller.
I love the game. I don't know why people.
It's pretty cool.
The
Yeah.
GameCube controller felt like the most comfortable controller.
The triggers were so comfortable.
Right?
With the
It's
fingers.
like any other system, I think, like, because, come on, you had an Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
Did you buy it, like, when it barely came out?
Wait,
The first Xbox.
The original Xbox.
Oh, yeah.
He said Xbox One.
Sorry, my bad.
The Duke controller it was so
The
big.
giant controller. How did you play games with that? You can't. That
Yeah,
compared to a GameCube controller, the GameCube
No,
controller,
but then they came out with a smaller version.
that one was way better. That's the one I got because I got it in 2002.
Yeah.
So I was like, that controller. I didn't get to see that big one until like a few
Oh,
years
yeah.
later, and I was like, that's not an Xbox controller.
I was like, what is
It's
this?
like, how do you play Halo on this? Like, I have to hug it.
You have to hug it.
But the game controller, like, right when I played it, I was like, oh, this feels so comfortable. Like, the PlayStation, everybody, like, likes the PlayStation
I don't
controller.
like it.
The DualShock design. I never cared for it. I just feel like it's really flimsy.
I like
For
the
me,
cross
it
D-pad.
just seems like a regular, like a default controller.
Kind of,
You
yes,
know,
exactly.
Because I mean, I have a PC controller that I use for my emulators, and it looks just like a PlayStation controller. It even works on a PlayStation 3. We plugged it in the other day. Remember?
Exactly.
It works. We're like, wow, okay.
It's just one of those default controllers.
Yeah,
But, like,
it's generic. That's the
Nothing
thing.
special. About
Nothing
like,
special about it. Yeah.
They designed the game controller like,
Now it's special because it has a light on it.
oh yeah.
Yeah. No, but the GameCube controller was different. The N64 controller was different.
There was some
I had
things
like
on there.
the three things.
The 3-prong thing was useless because you never touched the left side.
I messed
Yeah.
up the analog stick.
Right?
on
Yeah,
mine
that's like one
from
of
Mario Kart.
Yeah,
pressing
one of-
forward.
one of the
No.
biggest problems with those with the
Pokemon
analog
Stadium.
stick.
Oh, Pokemon Stadium.
Pokemon Stadium,
If you ever played Mario Party,
Smash
oh
Bros.
god.
Snap.
Pokemon Snap. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to play Donkey Kong 64 on that a lot.
Like, I think we like swayed too far
Oh, okay.
from the conversation.
Back
But
to
yeah.
Mario Kart.
But then, like, I think from the GameCube, the next one, I know there was a one for the Game Boy Advance. I
Mario
didn't
Kart,
like it.
Mario Kart Super Circuit.
Yeah.
It was playable.
It was playable,
but it wasn't like.
because it was kind of like Super Mario Kart.
Yeah, it basically was like Super Mario Kart.
Because it couldn't do any 3D.
Yeah,
which
it
was-
really couldn't.
Which after you
It
go,
was like Mario Kart
Super-
for Super Nintendo,
yeah,
but with better graphics. Honestly, it just looked like better graphics.
slightly better graphics.
Slightly better graphics. I mean, compared to the Super Nintendo.
Because then the Nintendo 64 spoils you. 'Cause
Yeah.
it looks like 3D environment.
3D, you
I
get
was the one
these.
for the DS.
That like I'm gonna get to that, but like right now I'm just gonna
Go.
the GameCube one. It was amazing, and I think the Game Boy Advance one came before the GameCube one.
Yeah.
And it introduced like the retro thing because it gave
Yeah.
you all the Super Nintendo ones.
Yeah, they gave all Super Nintendo tracks.
Yeah, and then the GameCube one, it was pretty cool. I do love the two
Characters.
characters
You can switch between the characters.
because it gave you more options. Like gave you the weapons.
Yeah, so you can have 2 items at once. So right.
And then but then we go to or Mario Kart DS. I think that was my favorite one just because it gave you more bang for your buck. That was the first one to go on like internet.
It's still. I've seen it at Walmart still.
Yeah, it still sells.
It's still like
Yeah.
$40 still. I'm like
Exactly.
Mario Kart DS. Wow.
Mario-
Mario Kart games just.
Don't lose value. It's crazy. I think that, and also that like unlike any other the Mario Kart, it gave you not just like the Grand Prix and the Retro Cups. It gave you missions, which like I think that should have been added to any other Mario Kart because it actually taught you how to do not race, but like to drift perfectly, to reverse perfectly, to shoot shells.
It trained you basically.
It trained you. It was amazing, and it had boss fights.
Wow.
No other Mario Kart had boss fights.
See, I never played the DS version.
It's a game worth playing. The only thing
I mean, I played it a couple times, but because I played Mario Kart 7, I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And then I played Mario Kart DS, I was like, wow, this is
it's
not that
the
great.
same. You have to play it on a DS because it's not. I feel like
Well, it was on a DS, but still, I was like,
Okay, yeah.
compared to because I got Mario Kart 7 spoiled me. I got so used to like the control system and all these things that were in there. It's 3D, the looks.
I think that's like going back to it. I can't play because the look of it, it just doesn't seem right. Because I've been spoiled by Mario Kart.
Yeah.
It's very outdated.
I mean,
2000,
for the time when it came out,
2005. It was like
Yeah.
back when How I Met Your
How
Mother
much you started?
started.
Yeah, wow. See, what was it, like 9 years ago?
That was 9 years ago.
We were getting out of 8th grade, playing Mario Kart DS. How I Met Your Mother had barely started.
Exactly.
I guess we were barely starting high school.
We're barely starting high school. But that game came out to them. Then I think Mario Kart Wii, it didn't sell me like at first
Yeah.
because I didn't really care for the Wii wheel, but it was actually a real good game, and it's still like an amazing party game.
I mean, we still play it once in a while.
One time we played and I couldn't use the Wii.
Exactly. It was pretty frustrating, but if you got used to it, you could compete like pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I mean, with any Mario Kart game, you know, it takes a while to get really like okay with it, but once you start playing,
You become a professional.
you become a professional. It's really easy just to become a pro at the game.
Exactly.
Because I remember hearing a lot of people, you know, older people and like adults being like, "Oh, I have a Wii. I play Mario Kart." I'm like, "Wow, really?"
What?
Yeah, Mario Kart is it's the people's game.
It's the people's game.
It's everyone's age. It's not like a teenager only or adult game only. No, it's everyone.
No, you could play a 5-year-old and they'll probably destroy you.
Yeah, you could probably play a 5-year-old. They'll be better than you.
It's like,
or
not me, but
you could probably crush a 5-year-old's dreams by just murdering them with a blue shell.
I did that. He was like, he's 15, but still.
Playing online with Japanese players.
Okay,
Oh
never
my
mind.
God,
He's like,
no.
never mind.
Those people I'm like, do you guys have lives? Or is this all you do?
I felt like that was like the thing in Mario Kart 7, the online.
Mm-hmm.
It was both like a killer and actually like a really good thing because it was more customized.
Yeah.
Like, I think they tried to fix it as much as they could because I remember they patched up one of the courses where,
Makuahu.
Makuahu. Because everyone would do this.
You could just jump off into the ocean
and be first place.
Yeah.
And then once everybody started doing that, it's like,
And
that was a little.
Everyone wanted to choose that
I used to
track.
grab a bomb and set it off right
Right.
there.
It would troll these people.
Or I'd get the star and just stand there.
Exactly. I would just when I got so frustrated, I just started doing the course regularly. I was like, it's not worth stooping to their level.
I didn't really care for Makuahu.
Yeah, and the first
It was boring.
Mm-hmm.
some of the 3-part,
It was one of those 3-parter runs, right?
I didn't care for the
I don't
3-part.
think they should bring those back.
I understand that they
Kind
want
of
to do.
stale.
I felt like they want to do really long courses, and that's the only way to justify it.
Because you don't want to go the same thing.
Like 3
One-
times.
3 times,
Because they
yeah.
don't make it a 20-minute race.
I
Yeah.
think just with the parts, it kind of felt hard to catch up.
Yeah.
It was.
You
Yeah.
could get that huge lead and you'd be okay.
Yeah.
Like, because any other ones you could set up traps, but
Yeah, because the thing is with part tracks, it's like it's pretty much like straight.
Straight.
So you would be going, and then with the lap tracks, you can kind of overlap someone, and even if you're almost about to overlap someone, you can still take them, you know, down, slow them down to a point where you can catch up to them again, and then go for the victory. You know, you can make comebacks with laps, but not with parts. Because if you get the lead, you're pretty much good, unless you get the blue shell. But then again, you know,
But you can still have that good lead.
yeah, cause what was it? I think there was 3 of them in Mario Kart 7. Maku Wahoo,
yeah, there's
Rainbow
a
Road.
Rainbow Road, and then no, there were 2 Maku Wahoo ones,
Oh yeah.
and both of them were like 3 parts. And I think those are the most frustrating levels, cause if you lost first place, you're kind of down.
Yeah.
There was no point in catching up, or no, like you try to fight, but there's no way to. There's very little way to catch up. You can't set up traps. You can't memorize a track for the third,
See,
second,
and
or
that's
third
the thing.
lap.
Even if you're behind, you can't set traps behind you so that when they come
Yeah,
back again,
And then if
that
something
they can
in the back happens with all the rest of the players and you're up front, you can just chill.
You relax. If you're first, people could leave bananas, and then second lap comes and you hit those bananas.
yeah,
There's still a fighting chance.
there's a fighting chance with laps.
So like that's what I'm worried about Rainbow Road, because that I just saw it and it looks like it's gonna be drift. And
Well, that's the N64 Mario. Rainbow
no,
Road,
yeah,
right?
it's N64, but without the rails, there's nothing but drifting.
Yeah.
I got blue shell.
Blue shell.
Have they
Lord.
shown the actual Mario Kart 8 Rainbow Road yet?
Yeah, they did a side by side comparison,
Yeah.
and it's just most of it they just take the rails off.
No.
It's
I'm
beautiful.
talking about because you know that Rainbow Road is a retro one for N64.
Oh no, they haven't shown the actual
The-
Mario
the-
Kart 8 one.
The Mario Kart 8
one.
Rainbow. Yeah, I'm talking about the new one.
Well, I don't know. I don't think they're gonna show it yet.
Not yet.
I-
Probably they're not gonna show
They've
it.
shown so many of the courses already,
Yeah.
but I felt like that one they're gonna save. Just,
Probably.
It's the final course.
It's the final course.
Because like the
The
retro
dreaded
ones,
Rainbow Road.
I think the retro ones are like, oh, this is what you're gonna get. You know,
I mean, then you get your typical Bowser's castles.
yeah, I'm pretty sure those are the ones that are waiting. like to be revealed. I think they've revealed most of them except for.
I mean, usually for the Star Cup, right? You get the Rainbow Road.
No, Special Cup.
Special Cup. You
Yeah.
get Rainbow Road. You get a Bowser Castle.
And then just
a
two
Donkey Kong World.
No, it's just two random
Is it?
worlds,
Whatever they
but
want.
they're pretty.
From what I remember, Donkey Kong DK Jungle in N64 was a Special Cup.
But then DK Mountain in GameCube was Star.
Was it Star or was it Special?
It was Star.
Was it? I don't remember that one.
Because I think it was.
Because I know for Mario Kart 7 they also have.
Oh, because Double Dash was Wario Coliseum, then Dino Jungle,
Oh, right.
and then Bowser
Castle.
and Rainbow Road.
Wario Coliseum was actually pretty
Wario
cool.
Coliseum. I'm surprised. I feel like that might be in.
That might come back.
Because I think they're missing 2 spots for the Retro Cup,
Mm-hmm.
and they've announced all of them.
It could either be Wario Stadium or Wario Coliseum. One of those two. I would be satisfied with either of those. Because those Wario stages were
You just
crazy.
have to wait for the next announcement.
See, because for the Shell Cup they have Moo Moo Meadows from the Wii. They have Cheap Cheap Beach from DS. Mario Circuit from Game Boy Advance. Toad's Turnpike from N64. Then the Banana Cup is Dry Dry Desert from GameCube. Donut Plains 3 from Super Nintendo. Royal Raceway. from
Royal
N64.
Raceway's coming back?
Yeah.
They brought it back on the Wii, no?
No, they haven't brought it back.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like that.
It was about time.
I hope they don't really change it. That big ramp, I think that's like the biggest thing.
That's
about
the biggest thing, yeah.
So I'm hoping they incorporate some. I
The
don't want
gliders?
I don't want the gliders on there.
Nah.
It's
no,
just a
yeah.
jump.
Yeah, it's just a jump. Exactly,
It's a
yeah.
jump.
So you don't need a gliders in there.
I feel like they're gonna put the glider in there.
Probably.
It's
I mean,
It's
I feel like that would kill it.
It's
as long as you can still like veer off course and go to the
That's-
castle,
yeah.
I'm still good.
that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I think that just to give it a little.
I mean, if you could do that with the N64,
Yeah, you should.
you should be able to do it in the
just for like a little
Easter egg.
Easter egg.
Easter egg. I mean, because
Yeah.
you could do that in N64.
See, they have the Leaf Cup. It says but they haven't posted. Oh, they have unassigned tracks.
Huh.
The Grumble Volcano from the Wii, Music Park from 3DS,
Oh, music park.
Piranha Plant Pipeway from 3DS,
Mm-hmm.
Love that one.
GameCube, the Sherberland, one of the ice levels,
Oh, okay.
and
I'm
then
not very fond of those ice levels.
Yoshi Valley. I feel like that one might be in the either
Penguins.
The penguins.
Penguins of Death.
Wait, is that coming back? That already came back, didn't it?
Yeah, that only came back in the Wii, but that was the N64 one. This one's gonna be the GameCube one.
The GameCube ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think but I think that one's the one with Shy Guys just roaming around everywhere.
I remember it was going around that a bunch of people wanted to create tracks on Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I heard
Yeah.
that's not happening.
That-
No, yeah, that's not.
Yeah,
it's
they
not
said
gonna
that they didn't want to put it in there if it doesn't work well.
Mhm.
So what's the point of rushing it and trying to do it? And then in the Lightning Cup so far they've only announced TikTok Clock and Rainbow Road. TikTok Clock was actually one of my favorite tracks.
Which one's that from?
It's on DS. So
DS, oh.
if you haven't played
Yeah,
it,
no, I haven't played
it's
that.
basically based off the clock from Super Mario 64. I think most of them because it came around like after Super Mario 64 DS.
Mhm.
They based a lot of them off of Mario.
I'm excited that they're bringing Piranha Plant.
I
I thought that was one of the strongest new tracks.
know, and
The music track, I like it.
that too. It was like I just want to see them
I
in
love
HD.
when you drift on the piano, on
Exactly.
the keyboard.
Exactly, the music it makes.
And HD now.
HD. I think that's the biggest thing because you want to see all these tracks and they look so beautiful from the videos.
Yeah.
You want to play them.
See, I mean, I've seen the gameplay and the videos, but I'm like, no, this is not enough. It's gonna look completely different once you see it on the TV.
I know. I just want to I'm salivating at just looking at these things.
Nerdgasm.
Nerdgasm. It's like very few video games can get me like this. Mario Kart is on this list. And then I think we're almost done with that. So
I think
last thing.
Well, we're already at almost an hour
Yeah.
here.
Last thing. Nintendo announced that Super Smash Brothers. There's gonna be a Nintendo Direct for Tuesday.
just focused
Just
on
focusing on Super Smash
Super
Brothers.
Smash Brothers.
I want to hear you guys' predictions. What do you guys want?
that. Green Ninja.
Green Ninja, yes. Right up there you go.
He's like, so new character announcements. You guys.
New character announcements.
I
I
feel
say
like-
Green Ninja.
Yeah, I feel like it's a given that at least one character, either I don't care if it's a veteran or I feel like they're gonna announce a new character.
Yeah.
Most likely, we're gonna see like some type of release date, like maybe
Fall.
somewhere in
Probably
like September 2014. I feel like at least a month would be good
Near the holidays.
near the holiday. I feel like it's gonna.
That's
be
what they're gonna do.
I think they're gonna release the Wii U one first, just so people get pumped, buy Wii's,
Mhm.
buy Wii U's, and then
I mean, because Mario Kart 8's coming out this
May 30th.
I feel like they're gonna announce a special.
Oh, already?
Wii U
It's like a month away now?
console.
That's true.
Yeah.
I feel like that. Honestly,
That would sell.
That would be amazing. Like a
Yeah.
special edition.
If they
Super
did
Smash
something
Bros.
like with the Zelda one,
Exactly.
where it came with like a book or something.
That would be amazing. I think people would. I would buy it. I
Yeah.
think that's a seller. Smash Bros has always been a seller for me.
I think they're gonna bring back some older maps too.
Yeah, I kind of wish they bring back. Oh, was it Hyrule Castle? I know
Oh,
they
yeah.
already brought it back in the Super Smash Bros. Brawl from jumping from melee to brawl. They brought it back because it's one of the like favorite map or was it
Yes, stadium.
stadium
Or stage.
stages? There you go.
Stages. Battle stage.
Battle stages.
I blanked out there for a second too.
Right? But obviously people still love that stage. It's one of my favorite stages. It's just when you want to have fun and you're like trying to avoid battling, just running around the giant.
I'm so excited for the Lumio stage because you start at the bottom
And then
and you
you-
battle your way to the top.
Right.
That's
I
gonna
think-
be interesting.
Like that's I think gonna be another selling point that both entries of the the Wii U is gonna have completely different
Yeah.
stages. 3DS is gonna have different stages, and that's why I think they're gonna like try to sell this Wii U one first,
Yeah.
and then like probably like a month or two later we're gonna get the 3DS one. That way people buy it for the Wii U first.
Right.
Okay, so basically new characters. I'm guessing there's gonna be new characters.
Does-
Hopefully, release like
Release date.
Little bum bag is not coming back.
right.
Oh,
We're gonna see.
PK bag.
Well, I predict the Greninja. Honestly, that's all I want to see.
Oh.
Ninja.
I think just a Pokemon trainer, like a new Pokemon trainer, because I'd be okay if Greninja is in a group.
They bring back what's his name? Ruby? No, what's his name? The one from Ruby.
Oh, Brendan?
Brendan.
That'd be cool.
Owen confirmed.
Owen confirmed. Owen confirmed. Yes. Okay. Well, I guess so. We're gonna end it today.
That does it for Elite Four today.
Elite Four today. We're gonna leave you with a Jennifer Lawrence quote of the week. We're gonna call it the week because we do this weekly. I'm gonna go with my favorite. Where's the pizza?
There you
J-Lo.
go.
There you go.
I think that's good.
So this is Elite Four -1. Diego couldn't be here today, but
Thank
you'll hear more of Diego. Hopefully next time.
Big hits.
Jormer is signing out.
Anthony.
And
Yeah.
Nightwing, I'm out of here. And this has been the Elite Four. This is who we are. This is what we do.
Good night.
Good night.